Hi, hello, happy Monday, and welcome to the Divine Energy Flow session this week. We do this every week at 7 o'clock on Monday evening, Central Standard Time. Um, and I'm Carla. So if you haven't been here before, thank you for being here. Please stick around. We are going through an Ascension series. And the first one was on like just the spiritual awakening part. The second one episode was emotions, right? The third one was last week, and the third one was perspective. How perspective shifts your consciousness too. And then this week will be about trust and flow. So like when you trust, you're able to flow easier throughout your existence, and everything just happens. With more ease and more grace, instead of having to go through so many pitfalls. Anyway, I'm just going to make a couple of announcements real quick. See something. The music's really loud for me. And it might be because my volume's too high. So, duh. So I'm going to put my volume lower. Hopefully y'all can still hear me, I'm sure. Okay. So just a couple things. Silent mode on. Thank you. Couple things. We have this going live on Facebook on two Facebook groups, the Call to Awakening and the Divine Energy Flow Facebook groups. We're connected. I'm a part of them. The Divine Energy Flow is part of the Call to Awakening. Also, we have this live on YouTube on my personal YouTube channel, which is Carla Romero Crochet, or it's One Soul, One Destiny with Carla Romero Crochet. I changed it back to my original name. I don't know why I never kept it. Also, the Call to Awakening YouTube channel. We both have completely different stuff on our channels, but it's all about ascension, spirituality, and all that. So you would enjoy all of it. And yes. Oh, do I have music playing on another tab? I do. I'm so sorry, y'all. Completely my fault. Thank you, Michael. All right. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I like to do, thank you, Michael, it's like I just need like the most basic advice sometimes. All right. The first thing that I like to do every week, I like to start this out with just some breathing, just a few deep breaths. Monday may have been a rough Monday. It may have went really good. Whatever it is, I need to take some deep breaths. I'm sure everybody else does. My day wasn't crazy. So I think it's always good to stop and breathe. It brings us back into the present moment, and I want to be present with you during this whole process. And I would like for you to be present with yourself because you owe it to you, not to me. So let's take a few deep breaths. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just start to get present. Just start to tune in to the inside of your body. Feel your heartbeat, feel your blood going through your veins. Just be here with your body, with your breath. Breathe a couple more times. If there's any spot that you need to like work on for just a moment, work on it. My neck is a little bit tense, so just gonna work on it as you breathe. All right. Awesome. So my intention here is to just help you to go through this ascension process with as much ease and flow as possible. Because right now, I'm gonna tell you this little tidbit real quick first. Right now, like everyone's going through it. Like all my friends that are like super spiritual, super evolved, all of these things. I say this not to down them, but to say that no matter how evolved or how whatever you spiritual or whatever it is that you label yourself as, you're still gonna like feel the shit that's happening right now. There's just so much going on right now. In the stars, there's a lot going on in the world, and just all of the things that are coming to the light that are just so hard to accept, we're seeing. And so it's just so hard, and the energy is really hard to and I say that, and some people might be just having a great time. Like maybe the stars are aligned perfectly to what your birth chart is, or whatever, whatever, like, but I've seen and heard from a lot of people that are really just going through it in the last week or so. And I've been going through it for like a couple of months. Like I'll have days where I'm like, nobody likes me. I'm getting old. Look at, I'm getting wrinkled, blah, 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 blah. All this stupidity, obviously. Um, nobody likes me. I'm not even doing this right. What if I'm not helping anybody? Nobody's looking to look at my videos. I never really say that, but nobody, well, I don't know, like I've got to bring into the alignment of the people that are in alignment with my videos. So, it's just bullshit. It's just all that ego stuff. It's just all that stuff is arising. What it is really is all of your insecurities, all of the darkness. Oh, I love that, Michael. I love that picture. Beautiful. All of the things that we hide, all of our shadows, all of the things that we don't want to like I don't want to like admit that like I think I'm getting old and my lips are going and all this stuff. Like I know that's super vain, but that's like a lot of my life what I kind of like with that's just what you're used to when you're doing regular life. That's the kind of mentality you have. Like you have to look a certain way, be a certain way, do whatever. But it's sometimes it's still, and I've gotten over that almost completely, but it still comes back. It just still comes back to like, and like it resurfaces to see almost, are we through it or not? Are we through it or not? It like resurfaces, hey, you might have to still work on this piece. Hey, you may have to still work on your confidence. So all of the things that are coming up is for you to work on it. It's for you to clear it so it doesn't have to come back again. This is part of the ascension process, bringing all the things up that you don't want to feel and that you don't want to look at and that you don't want to remember, and bringing it all up so that you can spend some time and feel it and allow it to leave the body. Once it's left the body, it's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's just an energy that's just staying deep inside. So, um, yeah. So trust in ascension. So the reason why I wanted to do trust and flow, like for that to be the main topic. And so we're just, if you haven't been here before, we'll just do this a little bit of a talk for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then we'll do. Today we're going to just do a meditation, but the energy work will be incorporated into the meditation. I can't never help it, but when I'm doing a meditation, you can kind of feel the energy as well, and you can clear it and do all that. So that's what I'll be doing at the end, a meditation with the energy work kind of built into it. So the reason why I wanted to do trust and flow. So flow to me comes from trust. And listen, as I tell you this, I'm telling myself this. Not many people that talk about these things have it perfectly down. Okay. We're all learning. Just some of us may have learned a little bit before someone else. Like that's really it. Like some people learned this a few years ago, some people learning it now, and so here we are for the ones that are learning it now, for the most part. So trust and flow. Here is okay. So I did write a couple of notes, and I do want to kind of go through, at least acknowledge them. Yeah. trusting from a bigger picture. So the reason why I kind of talked about the whole energy of the last couple of weeks, months for me, is that through all of these things that I went through, um, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, all of these things, not huge deals, but things coming up to be cleared. I had to trust that the things were coming up to be cleared. Like I had to trust that in order to not get in some sort of a funk, negative mindset. Because as much light as you bring, them as much dark is going to try to come at you as well. Okay, so the people that talk about the people that want to live in service in light, they don't have it easy all the time. The dark comes for them. Okay, so that's just a thing. Okay, trust and flow. So I had to trust that all of it was happening for my good, and that's what the friends that I'm talking about and that kind of thing. We're all kind of helping each other through it, and that's the beauty of community. When we're having a bad day, we're like, oh, there's that thing. Like you're just gonna get through it, feel it. It's all good. So trusting on a level of like everyday things that pop up into your reality, emotions that come up, all of these things, trust that they're there for a specific purpose and that all of it is divinely purposed. Now, from a bigger picture, everything is really divinely purposed. And I've said this before, but trust is hard because we're taught not to trust. We're really taught not to trust. Really, really, just the small little things. Oh, don't do that. Don't cross the road. A car might hit you. Like the basic little things have taught us from little, kind of not to trust things. And then our mind, our ego, forever, unless you reprogram that and sit with it and teach it and allow it to become your, your servant. And I say that with humility because it is important, the ego, the mind, all of it. Um, and I completely forgot what I was going to say. I do this every time. So it's just me. It's just me. Yeah, from a bigger picture. Um, maybe somebody can help me. Okay, I'll just keep going. So, yeah, trust is really important. Remember, oh, yeah, I was going to talk about the bigger things. So, um, even when you have a situation like for me, I was stuck in an addictive pattern. I don't call myself an addict. That could be a whole nother story, but I don't label things, especially myself. Um, I went through that for about 20 years. I mean, I got so bad that I was homeless for the last couple of years and prostituting in the whole 9 yards. and and then somehow I decided to go get treatment. I was one of the very few out of the people I hung around with that are not in jail or dead right now. So it's like, and then after rehab, I worked for the place that I graduated a 3-year rehab from, and I ended up impacting many, many, many lives in the 5 years that I worked there. So like look at what really happened. Some people don't make it out of addiction, I know, but I but I believe that my purpose here was to come out of it. Some people, I believe, make in their life contract know that they're gonna not make it through the addiction, and that's just each person's path. But let me stick on topic. My addiction saved people's lives, and it made me a completely better person. If I believe that if I wouldn't have gone through that type of life, that I would just be living a normal life, like the house, the kids, the cars, the bank account, like all of the normal things that people think is so important, but I think is complete bullshit. It saved me from living the normal life. To me, like I have a different perspective that some people may have a completely different perspective. All of it's fine. But anyway, I don't think I trusted back then, but now looking back at it, it's like I could have been in total trust. Like I know this is going to work out. Like I'm not meant, I'm meant to come out of this and to save other people's lives and to help other people grow. And that's what happened. So, and now I'm on this path, and none of this would have happened without that as well. Like none of the big awakenings, I don't believe, would have happened, because I know so many people living normal lives that just have, are just stuck in that, and they're not stuck. They're happy. Some of them. I mean, some of them are, and some of them aren't. But they're stuck in that box, regardless. You can be happy in the box, but just imagine if you would open the box, like how much more excitement and all that would be. But some people aren't meant to wake up this lifetime, and that's okay. All of it's good. They're living a beautiful life too. So let's see. What else? Yeah, remember that our purpose is to experience, learn, grow, and evolve. All of it makes us evolve. It's all a learning experience. So if you know that your purpose is to experience life, and you know that life is all of the stuff, the good, the bad, the really good, the ecstasy, the love, the beauty, the and then the other side, the shame, the guilt, the feeling unloved, the sadness, the depression. All of those is life too. So we talked about emotions and all last week, but all of it is life. So no matter what you're experiencing, you're doing life just fine. Whatever you're experiencing, you're doing life just fine. Not to say that if you're literally living on the side of the road and you don't want to be there, some people literally want to be there. That's okay. They don't have bills, they don't have nothing, they just live. Some people are happy like that. That's okay. I don't totally know if I wouldn't be happy like that too. Like, as long as it's a beautiful area, maybe some, woods and a pond, eat the berries and the things off of the land. Like I think that would be beautiful. But that's just my perception. So anyway, I forgot why I was even talking about that. So let me keep going. Yeah, our purpose is yeah, exactly, to experience, to learn, to grow, and through that comes the evolution. We are always evolving. The world is always evolving. Um, Once you see that the hardest, most unfair seeming experience has its purpose, you can start to trust in the nature of your existence, in God, in the universe, or whatever it is that you'd like to call it. Sorry. Um, so yeah, once you know this, and you trust even when it may be unfair, you trust the bigger picture because you don't know it. You don't know the whole thing. You don't know the story. You don't even know a piece of the story. So so it's, you want to trust, but at the same time do what you need to do in this physical reality to make whatever you want to happen, right? But you want to trust that it will somehow, some way, even beyond your um, even beyond your doing. Like there's other forces doing stuff too. It's not just, you are not alone. You're not alone. You have God, you have angels, you have ancestors, you have whatever, spirit guides. I don't know if I said that. You are never alone. Um, so yeah, everything has its purpose, no matter how seemingly unfair or anything. So you want to have your intentions, then trust that you'll be led by ways that you don't know yet. So look for surprises. Look for the ways because you don't know them yet. You may want something this, but really what you want is the feeling of this. So the universe may take you completely around a different direction and you'll still have that thing that you wanted, right? But just in a different way. But you still have everything you wanted. The feelings are the same, right? So you just never know. And so that's why you have to flow and you have to trust and you have to flow. Okay. So yeah, you start to trust in the nature of the universe, just the nature of reality. How your intentions trust have your intentions, trust that you will be led by ways you don't know yet. You can't see it, just that it is there anyway. And watch it magically appear one day or day by day. Each day you'll get closer to it. When you have an intention, or you always have to have an intention. When you have it, you need to wake up in the morning and have an intention. Like the intention needs to be whatever whatever the things that could go right in the day, that is the intention. And then you just let it go and you just trust that it'll happen or trust that something better will happen. You can either say it out loud and sort of declare it, you know, I trust the universe. I trust in God. I trust in the divine within. I trust in my spirit guides. I trust today that everything will unfold with ease and grace. That and I would just and I like to start just like naming off things that could go right instead of naming off the things that can go wrong, like most people do. Like name off the things that can go right and then like dig into them like you do the things that could possibly go wrong. Watch your day unfold so differently. No matter what the outside looks like, your inside, the day inside will be bright, I promise. Um, and your outside will match eventually. So, yeah. And the next thing is affirmations. Like trusting will take time. So it needs to be part of your day, like part of your maybe morning ritual, nighttime ritual, whatever, meditation, affirmations, all of that, trust affirmations. I'm going to, there's a beautiful, it's Jessica Heslop. It's a rising higher meditation. She has this let go and surrender nighttime meditation that literally just says, I let go, I surrender, I let go, I surrender all freaking night. And it's so crazy what it does to your energetics in the morning. It's like you're just like floating, you're just like everything, you're just like floating. So trusting in the divinely orchestrated universal energy, like trusting helps you flow. That's all I have. So we'll do a meditation. So I'm still gonna do like a cleanse. And so we'll start. My cats I might have to like stop in the middle of it, and I'm gonna try not to let you know I'm stopping. Like I might just have to open my door for the cats because they're gonna hear my rattles and this and that, and they're gonna be like, "Woo!" And I got two of them in here. Yeah. So all right. So if you have not been here before, just lay down or sit down, be comfortable, but don't go to sleep. Set an intention for whatever you want to get out of this meditation slash energy work session. I'm going to start with just cleansing with some Palo Santo. The cats look like they're going to be good right now, but you know, looks can be deceiving. We'll see. It doesn't really matter regardless. All is well. So yeah, just lay back. I will do a meditation. Meditation will be just about trust and flow. I'm not real sure how that, I don't have anything written or that's all right. I want you to just relax. If you go somewhere where you can be completely alone, no kids, no, I can't say no dogs and animals, but I mean, really, it would be nice. Um, and just remember that all you have is this present moment. Like there's no, it takes a minute for the Palo Center to light. Good. So there's no rush for anything. Just stay moment to moment. Really, ooh, this is good. Really just connected to your breath. We'll start breathing in a moment. I'm just going to cleanse. So remember, this energy is getting to you as well. That's what this is. You have not done this yet. Energy knows no time and space. So it can go straight from here to your house right now. And if you're watching this a year from now, same thing. So, yeah. So we're going to take several just deep breaths. We're going to breathe in through the nose with a 4 count. So we're going to breathe in, count to 4. I'm just cleansing. So breathe in, count to 4, hold for 2 seconds, and breathe out, count to 4, and hold for 2 seconds. So we're going to do this about 10 times. All right, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and out for 4. Hold and in for 4. Hold and out for 4. Hold and in for 4. Hold and out for 4. Hold and in. Hold. When I say to hold, go ahead and blow out. Go ahead and breathe. Take another deep breath. When I say to hold for those 2 seconds, I want you to just completely sit in stillness. So breathe, hold, and just sit without breathing. There is a different sort of stillness in this space right here. Go ahead and breathe out. Hold. Connect with that stillness. Breathe in. Hold. Connect with that stillness. Connect with your inner being, your heart. Just stay here. I like to hold for longer, but go ahead and let go. Hold. And a breath in. Hold. Really feel like all of your heartbeat, you should kind of feel like a little bit of uh, energetic spark, like electricity. Go ahead and breathe out. All right, hold. Just feel that, like feel your body. Breathe in. Just feel your body. Really be present. And let out. All right, now we can just breathe normal, whatever your typical breathing, shallow breath is. Shallow or long, whatever your normal breath is, just go ahead and breathe. Stay in that stillness that we talked about in those between breaths. Stay like that right now, even though you're breathing. Let's just be here now for just a couple minutes. If you start thinking, if you start having different thoughts that are distracting you, try to just allow them to go by. Just allow them to go by. Pick them up later if you'd like to, but just don't worry about them right now. Mhm. Something comes up, let it pass by. Just like if it was clouds in the sky, just let it pass by. We don't attach to them. Allow yourself this time. Allow yourself this grounding. Allow yourself this presence. Allow yourself this stillness. Reward yourself for just being here and just going through this. We're going to do a little bit of a journey. Okay. So we're going to just visualize yourself just walking in the grass. All of a sudden, you're just walking in grass. You have on maybe whatever is the most comfortable to you. For me, it would be maybe like a flowy dress or something that's super comfortable. You look really pretty or handsome. You're your higher self. You're your highest version or one of your highest versions. So what does that version look like anyway? What's it dressed like? Feel yourself in that version's body. Just start walking. Just start, maybe put your hand on your heart and just look at the different flowers. Just stop and maybe look at one of the flowers. You know, feel your feet in the grass. It's kind of chilly. Maybe there's a little bit of dew. Maybe it's morning time, so there's a little bit of water on the grass and it's kind of chilly and it feels good. You start to look at a tree, you start to look at this flower, and you realize how magical a simple flower is. Like how beautiful and magical like nature is. Just the blooming process, just the whole thing is just absolutely magical. And guess what? It just does it on its own. Like there's nobody that has to go to work for it. There's nobody that has to, um, you know, do anything out of alignment to make that flower the most beautiful flower it can possibly turn out to be. There's no labor, there's no like hard labor that needs to go into it. It just flows. Nature just flows. Nature just magically flows. Okay. Look at the flower, how beautiful, and just really give it thanks. Give nature thanks. Like really just give Mama Gaia thank you, thank you, thank you for all of these beautiful flowers, all of the beautiful blades of grass that I get to stand on. And we just keep walking now. We start walking with this beautiful like presence of nature, just realizing how much we are one with nature. And we just maybe got our hand on our heart, and we're just walking. So I'm gonna put this in like a mod 10. So I'm going to use I, okay, so that we can kind of get a better journey view, I guess. So I'm walking on this beautiful grass. I'm looking at the flowers and the trees. I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful that there's so much magic in nature and that we are nature and that I know that I'm nature. Like I know that I'm all these things. I know that I'm one with all of it, with the stars, with the dirt, with all of it, with the wind, with the fire, with the water. It is all me. So guess what? I naturally bloom and flourish and grow as just like the flower, just like the trees. Like I naturally do that. Just really give some thanks for that natural magic that is happening all around you and inside of you at all times. So I just keep walking, and as I'm walking, I'm just noticing the beauty, and I'm noticing that kind of at a distance that there's like this pond, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of chilly outside, so I'm kind of wondering, I wonder what this pond's gonna feel like, but I really want to go in this pond. So I'm pulled to walk towards the pond. So I'm just walking, and as I get closer to the pond, it's just so beautiful. Like all of the waves are just super like slow, and they're just, and there's definitely like it's not a pond, I'm sorry. It's more of like I guess it could be a pond or like a river. It's more of like a river. This is more of a bigger body of water that flows, right? So I get to the pond or the river, and I'm looking at it, and it just looks so divine. So I just stick my toe in it, and the water feels like literally not like nothing is touching me. So it's actually my body temperature. How beautiful is that? So like have to get in the water, right? It's body temperature. It feels beautiful. It feels like you're floating on air. So I get in. I just put a few steps in, and very slowly. Now it's up to like maybe my waist. Very slowly, I just kind of lean back a little bit and allow my arms to open, and allow my feet to go up. And you just kind of naturally, arms open, feet goes up, and you go, and you're on your back, floating. As I'm moving along, as I'm just literally 100% trusting this body of water. That this body of water will take me exactly where I need to go at the bottom of the bank, whatever it is. Like it's gonna take me exactly where I need to go. I trust the flow of the water. I trust the flow of the water. It's just like trusting your life, the flow of your life, right? Trust the flow of the water. I'm laying there, I'm floating. Once in a while, there'll be like a rock or something in the way, and and the water just swoops me right around the rock, back to where it's super safe, you know. So let's just continue to float. Feel that stillness that comes along with floating in water, and it's your body temperature. And so, like, I literally do not feel the water. You're just floating. It's just like you're floating on the air, you're just floating. And you see all these rocks pass by, and I'm just seeing them. The rocks or I'm passing by the rocks, and the rocks are really like the obstacles. The water's got to go and flow in between the rocks and those things. So the rock in this perspective is like the obstacle for the water, you know. So the water just flows right on top of it sometimes, it'll flow around it, sometimes it'll flow in between that rock and a different rock, right? But we're just flowing with it. You get the picture. So this is something that you can do um, anytime you want. You can picture this type of a meditation, this type of a visual. Um, I picture the water and the rocks and all that often. Like whenever I'm having maybe a certain circumstances happening that I'm really just not happy with. Um, yeah, I will. Oh, hold on. I think I have. Oh, hey, flying high, hi, Shell Bell. Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both. So if you guys want to continue to sit there and kind of flow with it and meditate, you can. It's completely your choice. Um, I appreciate you being here. Remember, every Monday at 7 o'clock. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what the next episode should be. Like, I just decided this yesterday. So, Shell Bell, I bet you got a good Ascension episode idea. I bet you do. So, she's on Facebook. And flying high is coming from YouTube. Now I can kind of see where they're coming from. I just don't know if y'all are coming from which group or which page. But regardless, I love you both for commenting and thank y'all for being here. I will see y'all next Monday. Please comment what you would like for me to talk about next time. Or if you like this meditation, because normally I just do the energy work. Normally I don't do a meditation of any sort. So thank you for being here. Namaste. Have a beautiful week.